are actually usually complete websites. They're not just download mirrors. They're actual websites that you've got to go to and navigate to find the damn software. That's the case with ImgBurn. But when you get it, it is legit. It's not infested with ads and shit like that, and it's very simple and straight to the point. I recommend it. Click download, go through the bullcrap links you got to go through, and then you'll get it. And then the next is Bittorrent. You're going to need that to download your operating system. You will not download your operating system's ISO image. Repeat that. You will not download your ISO image. You will download a Bittorrent file to download the image. With Bittorrent, for those of you who are unaware, if your download gets interrupted for any reason whatsoever, then it's fine and dandy. You can start it all over again. Or not all over again. You can pick it up where it left off. Whereas if you're actually downloading the actual disk image, whether it be the DVD or CD image, click get BitTorrent. Anyway, if you're downloading the actual image and the download gets interrupted, you're screwed. You got to start all over again and hope it doesn't get interrupted again. All right, so now you've downloaded what was it, ImgBurn, and you are about to download BitTorrent to your desktop. The next would be to go to Gparted's website. And simultaneously, I'm going to open up Fedora's website. Anyway, click the download link on the left. It's actually misleading. It's got links that says download live CD here, but then it tells you download it from the download page. It's like, where the fuck did you even put the link up? Anyway, just click the download link, and on the download page, look for a link that says live image here. Right here. Browse stable releases of Gparted live here. The live CD is what you want. So you click that to go to the stable releases. And when downloading OSs and Gparted, when downloading a Linux distro or Gparted, you're expected to know your processor architecture. If you bought your PCs from some store and it's got an Intel sticker on it, then you're an x86 architecture. Or if it's got an AMD sticker on it, it's probably x86. If it's a newer computer and it's got a Intel Pentium sticker on it, then it might be a 64-bit. It's possible. You gotta find out for sure. And that, because if that's the case, and I was wrong about Gparted, I forgot it's a live CD. It runs 386. Anyway, download the ISO, not the zip file, and it'll show you the latest version and give you the links for different distros of that version. Whether the zipped distro, really it's not a distro, it's just a format, or packaged format. You can choose the zipped package format or the ISO package format. And ISO is an International Standards Organization, hence the ISO, disk image format, meaning it's actually a disk image, like it would be if it were on a hard drive, that you can burn to a CD and boot from. That's what you want. So you'll click on that link to start downloading it, and download it to your desktops. Gparted something live dash blah 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 .iso. And with Fedora, scroll down, or I'm sorry, click Get Fedora right here. Now, if you're using Internet Explorer, this is what I was just bitching about a minute ago and had to actually restart this video for. You're wanting to go to torrents. Always, when you're downloading an operating system, look for torrents, because you cannot download the DVD realistically. I mean, you can, but if it gets interrupted, you're screwed. So you want to download BitTorrents. Do not get the alpha or the betas. Go to the last stable release. Alphas and betas are in testing. They're meant for like hardcore developers to help test things out. Now this is where I was talking about your processor architecture. If you've got a newer AMD processor, it's most likely 64-bit. If your processor is a 32-bit processor, a regular ass processor, it doesn't matter if it's dual core. If it does not say 64-bit, then it's a regular processor. And it's going to be, if it's got an Intel sticker on it or an AMD sticker on it, then it's going to be a straight up 686 or x86 or 586, depending on what distro you're trying to download. They'll name it 100 different fucking things, but it just ends in 86. It could be 486, 586, 686, and usually prepended with an I, like an I686, I586. But that's what you want. That's called, generically, that's called an x86 architecture. That's the generic, commonly used term, is an x86 architecture. Do not forget that, x86. That's an Intel or AMD processor, 32-bit. Now an x86 64 or x86 underscore 64, that is an Intel or AMD 64-bit processor, which is all the newer AMDs and some of the newer Intels. Like I said, it has nothing to do with being a dual-core, tri-core, or quad-core. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. It's just the data bit bus width. And so, like I said, if it does not say 64-bit anywhere on it, and you know it's not a 64-bit, then you want something 86, whether it be I686, 586, whatever, or just x86. If it says 64-bit, then you want x86 underscore 64. If you're using a Macintosh computer, a computer that used to have Macintosh on it or whatever, and it's got a PowerPC processor, then you want the PPC architecture. Most likely, if you own a Macintosh computer, you're not going to be installing Linux on it. That's a rare occurrence. And there's one other type, Spark, but I don't see it here for Fedora. If you own a Solaris machine, which you probably don't, and if you own a Solaris machine, you probably already know enough about computers to where you don't have to watch this video. Solaris, if you buy a Solaris machine, you're paying like top end, but they use Spark processors, and that's what you would use for a Solaris machine. But most of you will be AMD people or Intel people, which means you're either x86 64-bit or just x86. That's the torrent you're going to download. And you're going to get the DVD version, not the CD version. CD version, you're wasting your time. Unless you do not have the ability to burn a DVD, then you're going to have to get multiple CDs, and that's the torrent from multiple CDs. But if you get the ability to burn a DVD, I mean, for Christ's sakes, it's simpler. Just